Hello, friends. We are so excited. If you're a sideline sister, we're super pumped that you guys are here. We get together every single Tuesday and spend some time together so that you know that you're not the only person doing this. Sometimes it can get deafening that you feel like you're the only person in your four walls that do this business. And when you jump on and hang out with us, you'll see that you're not the only one. So we're super pumped that you're here. For the sideline sisters and some of our new girls, I'm Katlyn Snyder. I'm a triple diamond within the company. I've been with the company for 5 years. I started already as a stay-at-home mom, 40 pounds overweight. Watched a girl that I used to work with at Outback. I worked at the restaurant for 10 years, and I saw her pay for Christmas in cash. And that Christmas specifically, Kate Brennan was here with me. We were down in my basement and we wrapped our presents, and I could not believe that the piles were that small. I could not believe that that was real life. And I broke down and I started crying. And I was the girl that watched this. I was the girl that would message my enroller and be like, hey, I want to do this, but I don't want to pay. And I don't want to be a loyal customer for longer. You know, I just want to order as they play, all of it. I was just a total skeptic. Grew up in a really small town where like this was a scam. And it was that Christmas that I realized that like here I am complaining about a situation. Here we are like not even able to afford pizza in the middle of the month without feeling it at the end of the month. And I'm not doing anything about it. So who am I mad at? And she came right around at the after like end of New Year, and it was February 4th. That which is 2 days from now. Two days from now is my 5-year anniversary. So I started for grocery money. I thought if I could take the grocery bill back from our one income, that would be really great. And I was doing that within 60 days. I went Ruby in my first 90 days. At that time, there was a $1,000 bonus. So on my third month, I saw a comma in my check, and I have never looked back. I have done everything that's put in front of me. I have pushed comfort zones. I come from a past of failure. I went and to become a nurse. I failed my nursing boards 5 times. And that was like a absolute awful part of my life. I felt like my failure defined me. I felt like I wasn't able to make a certain kind of income. My education limited me, all these things. And I was super jaded and I was super bitter and I was a super nasty and negative person. And this business has brought me closer to Christ. This business has brought joy into my life. It's given me passion and purpose, and in forms that like I never thought were possible. So if you just joined and you're like, what am I doing here? I don't even know if I made the right decision. Like, you are in the right place at the right time. You need to believe that. And we just want you to kind of sit tight and like see what we all got going on and like the things that you're going to hear. So I'm super excited. I told you I talk fast. Believe it or not, you're not going to realize this from like the first couple of things I'm going to talk about, but I'm very yellow. I love a lot. I love love. I'm all about emotions. I'm here for you. I understand. I'm empathetic, all the things, not because that's who I naturally am, but because that's who I've come to be. And so know that like this is all coming from a very, very loving position. This is not coming from an authoritative position. I don't know if that's the right word. Like, this is not me talking at you. This is talking to you. And this is talking from somebody that has walked through the fire, and I'm now reaching out my hand on the other side saying that you can too. So I consider myself an orange because I'm yellow. I started yellow in the business. And the more that I've been in the business, the more red that I've gotten because I've seen the opportunity and the possibility within this business. Okay, so we're going to talk kickoff. We're going to talk about what this month looks like. We're going to come off of January, which I don't know about y'all, but our volume was higher than it has been in 6 months last month. So that's really, really exciting. And you know what's really cool about that? I was just talking to a distributor before I jumped on here. We didn't have people that had 30 customers enrolled. It was everybody doing their part. It was everybody doing their 4, their 6, their 8, maybe 10 customers, and everything came together for our volume to be up 10K from the month before. And that should go to show you that you are not here to do it all. You are not meant to carry your entire chart. You are here to teach other people how to be leaders and for them to do their part so that everything can come together like a well-oiled machine. Okay. So we're going to talk to our new girls right now. We're going to talk about some basics, that some of the things that we hear often, but if you're a vet in here, that's what we call our girls that have been in a little bit. If you're a vet, don't tune me out here because this is stuff that we need to train our girls whenever they're coming in. Okay, so we want to talk about Zooms. Our team personally has Zooms offered Monday, Tuesday, off Wednesday, Thursday, off Friday. I'm sure if you're on Stacy's team, you also have Zooms offered during your weeks. Often, whenever we have new distributors come in, our job is to train them, right? Absolutely. But we also have our Zoom set up so that we cover small bits of the business in small incremented times in very simplistic ways. For example, our Monday nights are KPI. We go over the tasks that are income building tasks, and then we sit and we work together. We need to enforce that it is important for our team to get on our Zooms. It is also important for you as enrollers to get on your Zooms and show up with your camera on. Don't show up and put your picture up and be tuning out and watching a movie. You need to show up and do the things that you want your team to do. So why is that important? Because as enrollers, sometimes when people don't get on the Zooms and they're not plugging in, and then they come to you and they can say, hey, I'm not sure what I'm doing, or I don't really know how to work this business. For us as enrollers, why are we working double? If KPI is being covered on Monday, get on KPI. That is us not having to do the double work, right? We're not doing double the work. We want our people to get on. So enforce the importance of getting on Zooms, because we're covering the topics that matter. We're not getting on and just talking about nothing. We're getting on and we're talking about the topics that matter. So first and foremost, make sure that you're new distributors. And if you're a vet and Zooms aren't something that are in part of your business, make sure that that's a priority. You need to stay close to the fire and figure out what's going on. That's where things change. That's when you find out what host to post is working. That's when you find out what messages are working. That's how you find out what follow-ups are working, by staying close to the fire. And most times the Zooms are no longer than 30 to 45 minutes. So if you're here to make money and you're here to do the things, we are showing you what to do to make money. If you choose not to do them, that is up to you. That is a choice. But if you want to make money, do the things that we're telling you to do. And that's plugging in and getting on Zooms. This being one of them, right? Monday to arts, or Monday to, well, whatever, you know the Zooms. Okay. So we also want to talk about auto ships. Okay. Now, a big part of our business is that we don't have to run the monthly auto ship. That's really great. True story. I didn't have 2 pennies to rub together when I started this business, so I couldn't run the 80 BB auto ship. But you bet your bottom behind that I was ordering Fat Fighters and keeping the empty bottles. I was ordering greens because they were $33 and keeping the empty bottles. And I was making sure that I had some sort of product on hand at all times. We cannot expect people to invest in the products that we are promoting without using them ourselves. And if you are not showing yourself using the product, they don't believe you, sis. I'm going to tell you right now, they need that physical proof. There's too many people doing this in the wrong ways that everybody's skeptical. So you need to make people know that there is no doubt that you are investing in the products that you're asking them to invest in. Can I get an amen? Put a 2 in the comment if you agree with that. Let's talk about the auto ship, okay? If you cannot afford the auto ship, I want you to put a product in that you want to use, and I want you to put a product in that you're going to sell. Can I say that again? If you cannot afford your auto ship, you need to get a product that you're going to use so that you can get your own results, and you need to put a product in your auto ship that you can sell. Literally at this point, there are so many sample options for us that you can absolutely purchase a bag of Skinny Brew for $49 and sell that for $20 for every 3. 20 times 15 is, I can't do math. Somebody can do the math in there. That's a decent amount of money. That should be, excuse me, that should be enough for you to cover your auto ship. Okay. Also, by you coming in and doing the things, action, not finding all your information first, not making sure you know exactly what to say. When you come in and you do the things for 6 loyal customers, you just earned 3 product rewards. 3 product rewards. That's a bag of Skinny Brew for $19 with no shipping and no tax. You can turn that around and make money. Right there is 3 months of your auto shipment right there covered without coming out of your back pocket. That's important to know. Our business is set up that it is ran debt-free. So yes, you do have the option not to run that auto ship. And that is because we are not going to be a company that forces you to go into debt to make money. But we need to be real life, okay? I was a server and a bartender, right? No one paid me to get hired, no, but I had to go buy non-slip shoes, which aren't super cheap. I had to go buy Dickies, which aren't super cheap. I had to make sure I had my pens and my aprons and my butt towels and my Bushmans and my black t-shirts that couldn't have any writing on them, all the things. And that's at a server job. And I know when you get hired in something like a corporate or a corporate place, you got to have business casual, right? Those clothes aren't cheap. So you have people come to you like, I don't want to I don't want to spend that. Well, get out of an employee mindset then, sis, because you're a CEO. Okay. Drop a 3 if you can feel that. You're not an employee. You're not an employee doing a business like that. You're a CEO. So you need to invest into your business. That's smart business. You're not buying from I'm not buying Color Street from somebody that doesn't have it on their nails. I'm not buying Zaya from a girl that doesn't wear it. I'm not doing that. Why would I do that? That's dumb. So invest into your business and have pride in that. Our business and our products are worth every single penny that it costs. So take pride in that and be loud about it. People will follow you. People want to follow somebody where they know where they're going. Okay. Let's talk about Emerald, right? And then that's my last bit here. Yeah. Let's talk about Emerald. All right. One, I want everybody here to know that you can run for a promotion before you're charted. Drop a 4 in the comment if you agree with that, or if you're like, yeah, I feel that, but I'm not sure what that means. Drop a 4. You can run for a promotion before you're charted. You can fill a block that you have. Autumn is a great example of this because it's the first time that I really saw it come together. She was going for Diamond and we didn't have 2 distributors in. We didn't have her last 2 distributors in until like 4 days before she hit her promotion. We filled the volume so that those girls could come in. We got them to 400 and it was done. You can go for your promotion. You can build for your promotion before you're charted. So don't think, well, I'm not even Ruby. Like, I can't go for Ruby, or like, I'm not even Emerald. I'm not even close to Emerald. Like, yes, you can. Yes, you can build for your promotion before you're charted. You can enroll the people. You can place accordingly, reach out to your upline. They know what they're doing and they can help you place directly so that when you get your people in, your promotion can come together very fast. That's very, very important. Let's talk about this Emerald bonus. Drop a 5 in the comment if you want to go Emerald, baby. Drop a 5 in the comment if you want that $5,000 bonus, baby. Like, yes, that's what we're going for, right? Let's talk about this. Emerald is a really important rank. Emerald has you serious about your business. If you want to go Emerald, you have to understand charting. You have to understand numbers. You have to be doing that for yourself. If that takes you a few days and that takes you being vulnerable and asking a sideline or asking your upline or asking somebody that understands that, then do it, because you are not going to promote if you do not have your chart and your numbers in front of you. Real life. There's not a month that I promote that I have not had my numbers and the orders and APIs and downlines and all of it coming in that is in front of me every single day. So you need to understand that. You need to rise up. Okay. And there a lot of this, you may be new on here and you're like, holy cow, this is a lot. Let me tell you something. You are capable of rising up to the occasion. You are capable and you are worthy of rising up to the opportunity. And that happens much more often than somebody bending down and lowering standards to feed you. You are absolutely capable and you are absolutely worthy of rising up to this occasion. And when you do, you will become a version of yourself that you didn't think that you could be. That version inside of your head that you want, oh my gosh, if I could just be her. When I'm Emerald, I'll talk to people like this. Or when I'm Diamond, I'll talk to people like this. You have the choice to be that woman right now. You have the choice and you are worthy and you are capable of that. So rise up, okay? You can understand this. You can, this will make sense as you actively take the steps. Drop a 6 in the comment if you've been in the business and you know for a fact that when you actively start doing the things like filling a Ruby chart, like filling an Emerald chart, all of it comes together so easy. If you're not doing the things and you're trying to get the whole information and understand it all before it happens, it's going to be like foreign language. But as you start actively working it and enroll your 3 distributors and then understand placement and then see the volume rise and then see your group volume change, you're going to understand it. None of us start this with experience. None of us. None of us start this super confident. The reason why you have people that are confident in this business is because they've done it. They've done it. It's the action that brings the confidence on it. Okay, so understanding what Emerald takes, right? Emerald is a real powerful rank because it's a hop, skip, and a jump to Diamond. Not many people chill out at Emerald for a long time. Like there's moving and grooving. It's one more Ruby to Diamond. So by going Emerald, the build from Ruby to Emerald is more difficult than Emerald to Diamond, right? But I want to blow your mind with some numbers, and then I'm going to hand it over to Stacy. Right now, it's a $5,000 bonus for Emerald, right? We get that paid out over 24 months. That's $650 on your check just for holding rank. A low Emerald check, I'm going to lowball it, okay? A low Emerald check is $400 to $500. $650 plus $400 to $500 is a comma in your paycheck. Drop a 7 in the chat if you want a comma in your paycheck. For 24 months. That's why these bonuses are so important. This is why these bonuses are set up the way that they are, because it's meant to create real residual income. It's meant so that you get paid a good amount for a long period of time. Think about for 24 months at $1,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of savings. That's a lot of bills paid. That's a lot of things done that isn't possible without this business. Okay? Like, oh, it says my internet connection is unstable. Can y'all still hear me? Okay, cool. That's really important to understand. That's a motivating factor. I want a comma. That's like a hashtag in my journal right now. Consistent commas. That's what I want for my team. I want consistent commas. I want everybody to have commas in their paychecks. That's possible with Emerald. Usually you're not seeing commas in your paychecks till Diamond. Now listen to this. So the Diamond bonus is $10,000 paid out over 24 months. That's you have over $1,000 in just bonuses by hitting the Emerald and the Diamond, not including your commissions, not including your cabs that you're going to unlock as a Diamond. Your base just for holding your rank is over $1,000. That's where you start seeing $2,000. That's where you start seeing $3,000. And this may not be a popular opinion, but I'm going to say it anyways. You do not have to be a certain rank to see rank money. I can see triple money as a double. I can see Prez money as a triple. You do not have to hold a rank to see a certain amount of money. If you maximize your cabs and you maximize your bonuses and you maintain your rank, that's really powerful. Okay, talk to Mel a minute. I think I got everything. Oh, there's one other thing. When you're new, there's a lot going on, right? There's a lot of chats, and I hear this very, very often, especially in the Telegram chats and in the Facebook chats. Pay attention to whose chat it is, okay? And in Running for Prez, that would be my chat. In Ruby and Beyond, that would be Sam Bowers. Pay attention to who is the leader in that chat and filter through for those messages. If you open up a message and there's 112 messages, filter through on who's the leader in that chat and grab the information that you do. Those chats are resources. That goes to show that people are working the business every single day, all day. And that's why the chats are busy, and it's not a bad thing. But that's what I'm starting to tell people is that filter through. Stacy, your chats, your girls should be looking for your name. What are you putting out there? Who are your leaders? Who are the leaders to pay attention on whose information is coming from where, right? Because it's a lot to see confirmation going back and forth, and then sometimes kids are throwing, like all the things. Pay attention to the leaders in the chat. That's the last thing I wanted to say. Okay, I'm going to hand it over to Stacy Crown. I'm so excited. I can't wait for her to talk and bring the fire for the last 20 minutes. She spoke at conference. I was like, I know her. Super, super excited. We met in a chat going for presidential and just clicked. And she's gonna take it away. So tell us start with your story.
Hi guys. One thing I'll say is I was really, really honored at conference to speak, because I literally added up the people who they the big dogs, the people who were running the panels and stuff. I'm like, oh my God, there's only 35 people that they asked, and I was one of them, which is crazy. But you guys, I'm triple, but I still just feel like a ruby, but I think that's a good thing to have. Okay. Cause triples don't know everything. I'm very vulnerable with my team, and I'm I look like I have it all together, but that's just the filter. You know what I mean? It's okay to be a shit show. It's okay to not know what you're doing. And it's okay to start from ground zero, because every level is you start over and you're holy moly, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? So it's totally okay to start at ground zero. And if you're that, because I do have some veterans who are starting over and who are starting from the ground up, drop a 1 in the chat if you have some rebuilding to do. And if you are, coming back in and ready to go, because I feel for the first time in a really, really long time, people are excited. And I know it's about the bonuses, but this is boom season, baby. And I'm not going to lie, this is the first season I worked very, very hard to plant a lot of seeds in the slow season in order to have a boom season. Okay. Like I didn't even really work host to post last month, and I still signed 30 loyal customers just because people have been watching and because people have been, waiting. And I'm a steps to success girl. I'm like 3 distributors. I'm like a minimum, like a bare minimum, but sure, I always remind myself, sure, then I'll call it does it. So I take the pressure off of myself, like that reasoning, like I just take the pressure off of myself and say like, it's okay. Like just do what I have to do. And I know what I have to do. We all know what we have to do, except if you like literally joined today. Like one of my girls literally joined last night. So she might be like, what are all these people? Like, what are they doing? Okay. Jen, shout out to you. So proud you're on. But, one thing that really clicked with me at conference was like drop a 2 if you've ever just been like tired and you're like, I just don't feel like waking up and working today. Like I just have a late night. Like you guys, I haven't told you my story, but basically I joined in 2014 and I rejoined in 2018, and I just went for it, and I went double diamond in 6 months, and I earned, I don't even know, I've earned like over $100,000 in bonuses over the past 2 years, because I've only been in the business again. It'll be 3 years in October. And I've been home with my babies for the past, it'll be 2 years in March, which is crazy. And we've had another one, and we've bought our dream home, and we paid off $20,000 in debt. And like, we've just done all the things that like I've worked really hard for. And I'll be really honest with you guys that if you don't know your vision for this year, if you don't know where you're going, if you don't know what you're working for, if you're at the point where you've done all the things and you're like, I really just don't know anymore, like just sit down and have a moment with yourself and be like, what do I want out of this? Like, what am I working for? Am I working for the $5,000 bonus, or I'm working for, I met my parents and my dad's going, he's making fun of me. Dad, I'm a boss babe. Yeah. He goes, I know you are. One time there was a spider on the ceiling. It was huge. I'm not kidding. Like so big at my house. And I called my parents and I FaceTime, and I'm like, oh my God, my husband was at hockey. My dad goes, you're a triple diamond. You can kill the goddamn spider. And I was like, I can't do it, Dad. Come over. So literally, if I can kill the spider, I can go freaking press. Okay. But I don't know where I was going with that. All I wanted to tell you guys is like, I have 3 kids. My kids don't sleep. Okay. I like living on skinny coffee and the gummies over here. I eat like once a day and probably Taco Bell. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, I'm not one of those like health nuts. I'm like just living on a prayer and like praying for press. Okay. So I literally only have time. It is a Boston Red Sox hat. I don't know who messaged me. Somebody just said, is that a Boston Red Sox? I got it because of the camo. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a fan of the Boston Red Sox. But if you are, go Red Sox. One of the things that really hit me that Marwa said on conference was, she goes, there's gonna be days that you just wake up and you're not feeling like working. There were days when I didn't want to go teach, but I still had to show up and teach because I had to get a paycheck. Okay. And let me tell you, I have the choice to put a bra on every, and most days I don't. So like, I don't want to go back to that life. Sometimes it's, oh, hush your mouth. Sometimes it's not where you're running to, but what you're running from. Drop a 3 if you've ever felt that. Okay. So drop something that you're running from. Maybe it's calling your boss. Maybe it's, calling in for sick days. Maybe it's asking for time off. Maybe it's on a freaking alarm clock, like whatever it is. Maybe it's just living paycheck to paycheck. You guys, I rejoined the business because I needed diaper and formula. And now we have 2 in diapers and formula. And I can gladly like put in an order for like 4 things of formula and not worry about it because I worked my butt off to get here. And I also want to just put this out there for you. You guys, we just moved into our forever home, which is like this awesome geodesic dome home. And we're having our first bougie brunch, which is so exciting for all my local teams. So like, whoop, whoop. And I'm so pumped. But we are coming from like a 900 square foot bungalow in the ghetto. If you've ever seen 8 Mile, we lived at 9 Mile. Okay. Just to put it out there. All right. Like that shit was shady. Okay. So literally I was so thankful for that house. That house served us so well. And it had me like, I was so grateful that we had cars and that we had a house over our head. And I was so grateful for my little ice tray that I had to freaking do the ice with. And I was so grateful that like we had one parking spot for a car in our driveway. You know what I mean? Like I was very grateful for what we had, but I knew that God had bigger for me. And if you're not willing to be so grateful for the small and what you have right this second and wake up and start the day with a grateful heart, then God's never going to say, here's your dream home. Here's the new car. Here's the groceries. Here's the gas. Like he is never, ever, ever going to do that for you. So I like, honestly, sometimes it's the work that we have to do inside of ourselves, including the work that we have to do on the outside for our business. Let me tell you, sister, I just saw somebody who wants to get out of debt. Write down all your debt. It's scary as shit to write down your debt. You guys, I saw $16,000 staring me in my face. And I was like, oh God, I shouldn't have gone to Victoria's Secret so much and got those like 5 for $25 panties when I was like, I don't know, 18. Like who walks around a college campus freaking like, you discover you need a credit card. I was like, okay, tells you it comes with interest and an IOU. Okay. And I still have $75,000 in student loans that I have to pay off. But like, I know now I'm comforted knowing that like It Works is going to pay that for us. Okay. Cause I just saw my husband's W-2s and let me tell you, the buddy works hard, but like he ain't bringing home the bacon. Okay. Mama is, and I'm making the bacon and I'm putting the babies to bed and I'm doing all the things. And sometimes you feel like that. Sometimes like drop a 3. I don't even know what number I'm on. Okay. Drop an 11. I don't even care. Give me an amen if you ever feel like you just can't balance it all. I'm gonna let my dog out. Hold on. Or my mom's dog out. I just want to see. Go ahead, you little stinker. All you do is whine. Go. Literally, you guys, this dog, if it's not my dog at home, it's my mom's dog. He literally smells like death. I'm like, have you died yet? Like, seriously, I was like, it's your last Christmas. Like, I love him so much, but like, boy's gotta go, okay? Because all he does is whine. I'm sorry for all my animal lovers out there, okay? But literally, if you're feeling like, I don't even know how to balance all of this, all I want to tell you is write down like a list of 5 non-negotiables that you have for yourself, because every single day, like, I love that you offer a KPI Monday. Like, I really love to do that with team. So I need to head that up, send me a message. But like, I love that you explain the, but here's the thing, you guys, I do a few things every single day to work my business, and I do it consistently. Okay. This business, you're never going to get to where you want to be in the business if you're only doing it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then taking the weekend off. Like this business, you guys, is every single day. But I literally wake up and it's like, I look at my paychecks and I'm like, holy moly, I hardly worked this month. Like literally. And this business is like, this is how it works. Okay. Because anybody who's new probably feels like this. You're very overwhelmed. You're like, what did I just get myself into? This is like a clan of women who are like cheering for each other. And like, I'm not used to this. Like, this feels weird. Okay. And it's not a sorority. Like, I'm not paying for this. Like, I'm getting paid to do this. Okay. And literally, you're probably like, what the hell did I sign up for? This is self-development with a paycheck. Okay. And so let me tell you what, you're going to be working really, really, really hard at the beginning because you don't know anything yet. But my one big piece of advice is to be a student. I am still a student. You guys, I'm so scared to do TikTok and Reels. And I don't even know why. But literally, I came back from conference and I was like, I'm just going to do 1 reel a day. And I'm having fun with it. But I have to be a student of it. I hated host to post. But guess what? Last year, I freaking went triple diamond doing host to post. So it's like the business is always going to be this wheel of reinvention. But I promise you as leaders, Katlyn and I promise you that like we'll always be the first ones to be like, what's working? How can we share it with our team? And how can we duplicate? So if you ever have questions, just come to us. But my one piece of advice is to pick those non-negotiables, be a student, ask questions. And like for me, my non-negotiable is like, make sure I have a story up every day. Like I've gone back to the basics because this season of my life, I just know that I can't get 10 hosts. Like I literally just know what I can and cannot do. And I'm not willing to sacrifice me being a wife and me being a mom and my kid time. Like my team knows from 4 to 8 o'clock, you're probably not going to hear from me at night because I have dinner, I have kids, I have baths, and I enjoy bedtime with my kids. But once my kids are in bed, that's my team time. Okay. That's Zoom time. That's getting back to messages. in the morning, it's a shit show. My 2-year-old wakes up at like literally 5 a.m., if not in my bed at 3 a.m. So it's like, hello, I have no time to myself, right? Like my night times are like when I work. So what I think you need to do, if anybody feels unbalanced like I do, and believe me, I'm just a shit show. Like literally, I should just change my Facebook name to like shit show. And people will just be like, oh yeah, that's her again. Okay. Mark will never call me to speak on conference again. He's like, can't have this girl. The last thing I want to tell you is don't play small. Who feels like their dreams are scary right now? Drop a 1. And who feels like I'll probably hit emerald? Drop a 2. Like if you don't feel scared about, like if your butt doesn't pucker thinking about the chart you're looking at, you need to print out the next chart. If you have open spots, if your whole chart is filled, you need to print off the next chart. For the first time, I looked at an ambassador chart and I was like, oh, I can do this. Like a freaking ambassador chart. Are you kidding me? I don't even know how many people that is. But literally, okay, if you're scared to go Ruby, guess what? I'm climbing a mountain of 100,000, but I'm not doing it alone. I'm leading a team who are currently commas. And like literally I got emotional yesterday thinking about all the people on my team who are going to go double diamond and earn $20,000. Because at double diamond, we were able to pay off $16,000 of debt. We were able to start saving. I've never had a saving account. I was a spender. I had a bartending mentality of like, well, I'm literally going to make money on Friday, so I'm just going to spend the $1,000 I earned last month. Okay, so getting paid once a month really I had to really be disciplined. And if you feel like, for me personally, I had to go through the Dave Ramsey Financial Peace University, 1, to learn how to pay off my debt, but 2, to learn how to be really disciplined with my income. And I swear to you, God did not bless me with anything more than what I could handle at the time, because he knew I was going to screw it up. He knew it. You know what Ali Antonacci said? She's like, I don't even know what I did with my first $1 million. Are you kidding me? But like, that's, you guys, that is literally what we have in our hands here. So if you're playing small and you're like, I'm going to go get that 5,000. No, sister, you print off that double diamond chart and you work your ass off. Like you're on fire. Okay. Like Medea is chasing you down the freaking street. Like go get it, because you know what? You deserve it and you can do it. And if you're not working for a comma, if you're only working for $984 or whatever the emerald check is, like you're playing small. You're playing small. And so literally, if your goal is to go emerald, I want you to go print off a diamond chart. And I want you just to think about what $2,000 a month is going to do for your life, how you are going to feel, what you're going to do when that hits your account. Because when you connect the feelings with the vision, some like a trigger, I don't even know, Nicole goes off about, and it's just like, I can do this. And guess what? It's scary. You think I'm not scared to go presidential? You think I'm not nervous? You think I'm not, but it's like that scared nervous where you're like excited, right? Where like you're going on your first blind date and you're like, I don't know, is he gonna like me? Are we gonna kiss at the end? I don't know. Ooh, it's excited. You know what I mean? Like that's how I feel about it right now. And that's how you should feel about it. You shouldn't be scared and like scour and like shrink back down. You need to open up that bubble and you need to like freaking go for it. But really that's my piece of advice. Be a student of the business. You're always going to be a student. You're never going to know everything. Because as soon as you know everything about one thing, they're going to freaking release TikTok on you. And you're going to be like, I don't know, freaking Betty White over here on TikTok. Okay. And then I want you to stop playing small. Like, go get what you deserve, sister. If you only knew what God had planned for you. You guys, I went to school to be an educator. I thought I was going to have my own classroom with my own set of 30 kids every year. And now I serve a team of over 300 people. Only, 100 people working. But guess what? God has called me and God has called you to do big things with your life. But if you aren't doing the work and you're not putting the steps in and you're not sending the messages, you're not getting your house posts up, you're missing out on opportunities of people to connect with that God has set in your path. There's going to, like, literally the person on the plane going down to conference this is the last thing I'll say. She had an 18-month-old. And we met eyes like before we got on the plane, but then I sat right next to her. And I could tell she was really tired. You know, moms who you're just like, oh my God, I'm sitting in this like 12-inch spot on this plane, trying not to touch this other person. And this 18-month-old is literally like on me. Like, and I'm a mom, so I get it. I don't mind it. On my mom free weekend, and here I am holding an 18-month on a plane for like an hour. But I could tell the mom was tired. And I was like, can I hold her for you? Like, you guys, God put her in my life. We're Facebook friends. We talk all the time, and she's interested in joining the business. What if I wouldn't have offered and said like, hey, I can see you're tired, and she's 5 weeks pregnant. She told me like her friggin' life story, and she's just one of those people. But I don't know. It happens a lot to me where people are just like, can I tell you something? And I'm like, oh God, did you murder someone? Like, I will not help you bury the body. Like, stop. Right. But like, if you're not open and willing to start those conversations with people that God has put in your life, I always think about, what if she's my next diamond? What if she's my next person? What if she's my presidential? You don't know how bad these people need this business. And here's the other thing I'm going to tell you too. You have to be so consistent with your life posts and what this business is going to do for you and what it has done. Even if it's not monetarily serving you right now, or you haven't hit all those things, guess what? You have a group of girls who are rooting you on. Or men. I don't know how your team is, but ours right now is primarily girls. So I always just say girls. But you have a team of people who are literally rooting you on to success, working with you. Like, you're so lucky. You're so lucky. And I don't know about your team, but I know on our team, nobody's above anybody. I'm down in the trenches. And I'm sure Katlyn is too. I'm sure that she's down in the trenches. Like, if you're at the bottom of my chart, you're the person I talk to most. I don't want to talk to my diamonds. Get out of here. Get out of here, Holly. Get out of here, Maureen. Get out of here, Emily. Get out of here, Anna. Like, seriously, I want to talk to the people who are on your chart, who don't know me yet, who need me. Who can I serve today? And if this is the very last thing I promise. When you start working for the people on your team, that is when you're going to promote. I don't care if there's one person. I don't care if your whole team left. Once you start working for the future people on your chart, and just know, if there is open spots, you guys just say, Lord, please lead me to the people who are going to fill this. I want to serve them. I want to help them. I want to help people. Like, if you're not looking at this business as a way to change people's life because you're so obsessed with how it's going to change yours, then you're looking at it wrong. If you're like, I need to get this amount of distributors, you're looking at it wrong. It should be, I need to help this amount of people. Who can I serve today? Because you have been called to be a leader. You have been called with a purpose to help change lives. So really take it seriously, you guys. You joined for $39. You joined for selfish reasons. You might have joined to lose some weight. Okay. Because I've lost over 100 pounds twice with 2 pregnancies with these products, and I feel damn good. I feel really good about myself. But you know what makes me feel better? When a teammate of mine calls me and says, hey, I just put gas in my car. Hey, I just got groceries. Hey, I just paid off all my debt. Hey, my husband said he was really proud of me. That is what I work for. Those little tiny moments, right? I get rewarded monetarily well, but you will too, because I've put people in front of me, because that's who I'm serving. All right, I'm done. I could talk all night. You know this.
Listen, you may say that you're show, but like, I'm just like this listening. You're like, so I think I was like, and you were like, okay, guys, we're going to talk about it. Just talk to me all night. I should just record you and fall asleep. Okay, I have 2 things, and then you said that you'd like to end in prayer, which I would love that. 2 things, okay? One, absolutely. I am a firm believer that God will not put the money in our lives until we know what we're going to do with it. I prayed for money, and it never came. It wasn't until I was like, God, I'm going to pay off this debt. God, I'm going to put it towards medical debt. God, I'm going to put this in savings. God, I'm going to do this, that the money came. So if you don't know where your money is going, that might be a reason why you have not gotten it yet. Because I think that it is all real life that we get it. We're like, oh my gosh, like, I don't even have to check my bank account. I'll just swipe here, swipe there. And you look and you're like, how'd I spend $1,400? How did that go? So knowing where your money is going is really important. The second thing I want to say is, I told my team this the other day, but I want to share it here. When we were in Destin, Christy shared this story about like the importance of knowing your why, right? And so she gave an example that like this rabbit took off and this one dog saw the rabbit and it started chasing the rabbit. And then it was like going and running. And then another dog saw the dog and another dog saw the dog and another dog saw the dog. And all these dogs were running and running and running and running. And eventually the dogs that were chasing the dog, they didn't know why they were running. They didn't see the rabbit to begin with. And so they didn't know why they were doing what they were doing. And eventually they gave up. But the dog that saw the rabbit and knew what it was running for never stopped running because it had that right in front of its face. And so I think that's an important like analogy to important to know your why and to also pull apart your why. Don't just say you want to be debt free. Do what Stacy said, write down your debt to the penny. Write down and what you're going to have to put on that debt over 12 months, 24 months to get it paid off. Make it real, make it scary, put it in your face, like pucker a butthole. Like, I love that this is recorded too. You're going to be like, what are they talking about? Like,
just name it, puckered buttholes 2021.
Right, I know, hashtag.
We got goals, baby.
Okay, for real. But you pull apart your why. If you're doing this for your kids, why are you doing it for your kids? What kind of life is your kid like? What kind of life can you offer your kids doing this? What kind of options are they going to have? What kind of mom are you whenever you're not stressed about finances? What kind of wife are you when you're not stressed about finances? So really, really pull your why apart and really break it down. Let me say this to the girls that feel like they can't do anything but their tasks. Sometimes things like that and that taking your work day is more important than you getting your KPI done 2 times over. Understanding your why, getting real with making sure yourself knows why exactly you're doing that. If that takes a full work day to you for you to really grasp that, then do it, because that will serve your business 20 times over than you mindlessly doing tasks just to make sure that like your work day is complete. Okay, we did 8:45. That's not bad. We did pretty good. Stacy's going to end us in prayer and then we're going to go. Guys, this was awesome. I'm so pumped about it. Sorry for talking a mile a minute. I realized how fast I talk after listening to Stacy. So I apologize.
No, you guys, I learned that like people need wait time, because I've been on a lot of Zooms where it's just like, what did I just even hear? Like, I don't even know. But sometimes when like you're preaching, like if you ever gone to church and you're like this sermon, like he stopped preaching and you're just like, wow, that was good. You know, like I don't come to teach, I come to preach. You know what I mean? It happens that way. All right. Mommy, you want to shut your dog up so I can pray? Oh, Heavenly Father, thank you so much for just bringing us here, both teams. And we just pray over every single person that was on, whether they're watching now or whether they're watching the recording. We know that you've placed such big dreams on our hearts, Lord. And we just have our hands open and we're ready to receive. We're ready to put the footwork in and we're ready to do all the things that you have set out for us. We're ready to meet all the people and make all the connections with all the people. So we ask, Lord, for you just to open our eyes and for us to be feeling you in all of our conversations and knowing to trust our gut, even when it's really scary, even when it makes our butt pucker, Lord, because you know what? You've placed these dreams in our hearts and you know that we are capable of this. We just pray that you set that belief in our hearts, Lord. I just pray so much abundance over all of our lives and over all of our businesses, all of our marriages and all of our babies, Lord. I just pray health and safety and a hedge of protection over every single person on this Zoom and every single person who watches this. We love you so much, and we just are so grateful for this day and so grateful for the coming months of boom season. In your name we pray, amen. Bye, guys.
Thank you, friends.